Hello. I know I just changed. I'm going to give it a few minutes, you guys. Um, I just totally pushed up my live. This one was scheduled for in 2 days. I don't know, but I have to do a live now. Hi. You're sick. I'm sick. Yeah, I had COVID. And then my COVID went away. I'm traveling, and now I got totally um, just hit again. It's the weirdest thing. Hi, guys. Hi, Kathy. Manfred. Hello, hello. Um, Hi, Sassafras. I decided to go on now because it's very interesting. I'm traveling, but I've gotten hit with another virus, and this world with the viruses are ridiculous. So I'm like, okay, we're supposed to fly home today, and then with what just happened with the electronics of the flights, um, I have to go home tomorrow. So it's just all I'm like, so this gives me opportunity to talk to you guys. Again, I'm under the weather. It's insane. You guys, it's an amazing, incredible. I've never had this kind of spiritual experience as I did last night. And I didn't know anything. I didn't know that this Brian guy was from Pennsylvania. I have to put this out there because of what came through and how it came through. I believe it's the truth, and I'm going to stick to it. Um, it was one of those I call dreams slash visions slash communicating with. Thank you guys for sending that. Communicating with spirits. Uh, it was a dark spirit came to me in a dark room, underground. It was underground in a almost like a cell like by itself, and said that this person was placed in a location that no one could find this person because it was carefully created where no dogs, radar, nothing could find this person. Um, and then I asked, "Where are you?" And they said, "He put us in Pennsylvania." So I woke up, I'm like, Pennsylvania? They're in Pennsylvania. And I'm like, what? How did that come about? And today, I was listening to YouTube for a little bit, and I realized that Brian is from Pennsylvania. So in Pennsylvania somewhere, I am putting it out there because anyone that does spiritual work like I do knows that when a particular something comes forth in a way that I have never experienced it before, it was a voice. It was like had my hands down on a piece of paper like I was Ouija board, like a Ouija board all by myself. And I put my hands on, I'm like, oh my God, I cannot believe I'm doing this. And my hands moved to the right, which I believe to the right side is a no and to the left side is a yes. And I asked it a question, and I asked if they were, um, are you dead? Where are you? And it just said no, real fast. It brought my hands over there, and then the voices came through, and I was all excited because I didn't know I was actually in a dream state. So I'm putting it out there that somewhere in Pennsylvania, If it's not Brian, it's someone who is connected to Brian. There is a space underground, dark, no light, chained person underground. That's what I'm saying, and that's my opener for today. Welcome to WCIA Network, where everything I do and say falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. This is for entertainment purposes. WCIA Network is for entertainment purposes, but my information comes through spirit. It comes through when I look at photos like this. It tells a story to me. It doesn't necessarily tell the same story to those listening. So I try to explain it and help you visualize the truth from how I see it sitting over here. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it is the truth, because until the authorities speak the truth and say this is the truth, we don't know. We don't know. So I'm giving information that I hope will help bring justice and solve these cases and bring truth and light to them really soon. I do feel as if my information is right on spot, right on cue, but that's just me. Everyone else has their own shit that they talk about as well. And there are lots of channels that are trying to sway you the other side. There are many YouTube channels that are feeding you guys bullshit, consistently bullshit, to keep you busy enough while they do their work, while they do work on the side to help this purpose keep going. So their job is to come onto YouTube and blab. Yeah, oh my God, everyone's under the weather. And just blab. And feed you lies in hopes that you guys will buy it. Will say, oh yeah, oh gosh, well that's not what's going on. This is what's going on because so-and-so told me that on the other channel, and that's what's going on. This is really what's happening, and this is really who died, and this is really who was murdered, and this is really how they did it, and this is the car that they saw. They're feeding you exactly what they're told to feed you in order to achieve whatever their purposes are. That's it. That is all that's going on. Other than that, the authorities are not doing anything to solve. They're not doing anything, forget the solving, I shouldn't use that word. They're not doing anything to stop it for the future of our children. You know what I'm saying? They're like, they're not doing anything to stop the cycle. The cycle continues. Even if Brian goes into jail and is found guilty, that's not going to stop the cycle at all. They have to follow the father, and go find what the fuck is underground over in Pennsylvania. That was the truth, how I see it. Now, there might be people who be like, oh, she's such a bullshit. Well, good for you. Because no one has stopped this cycle since, I've only been here for a year and a half. I'm talking about Brian Wright. It was just a vision that came in with Pennsylvania. That Pennsylvania is where There's something underground over there. And they're not dead. They're alive. I don't know if the dad is the main, NW Love. I don't know if the dad is the main player, but the dad is involved, and the dad could help stop the cycle. Maybe they brought Brian in. Maybe they arrested Brian knowing the DNA could just be the dad, and that's what they're going to do to bust this thing open. Well, if that's what they're doing, go look underground. Go look underground in Pennsylvania. Follow the yellow brick road to Pennsylvania. Because whoever spoke to me was not completely dead. They had enough energy and enough spirit guide to speak to me. So that says something, and it doesn't stop at Brian, is what I'm saying. The storyboard that I show, and I consistently show, is all about bringing justice to these people, to SUMMERWELLS missing children. I mean, everything I do and say falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, 1976, right? It's for entertainment purposes. So I am shown information that I could show you in a particular manner that will help others see the truth. And I have this story down to where they wind up in the water. Parts of them are everywhere. They're not like sitting in one body part. As sick as that might sound, I'm sorry, but that's as sick as these people are. And it's all different stories. Everyone goes in different places. It's all different sacrifices, and it's all different levels of sacrifice. I don't know, maybe they pay for different levels. Maybe these people work on different levels. With the level that I'm showing you today, these two groups, they have the same exact storyboard. Now I'm going to be showing you information from this fisherman, but this fisherman doesn't necessarily need to be involved. This is the fishermen who have the same information as what's being shown in the Beeston Bunch. Now, it has nothing to do with these people on the Beeston Bunch. I think they're adorable. Their channel's being used to tell the story. This isn't the Beeston Bunch that shines through. I believe that this is the story of KIELYRODNI and the story of the Idaho 4. And their very last video, to me, is telling the Idaho 4 story. Exactly the Idaho 4 story. With the exact times and the exact information. Because the video that I grabbed from them shows time slots and shows information that I see within my third eye. So when these guys say, oh, it's about 4:00 a.m. because their baby got up, I see something different. Now, that has nothing to do with the people on the channel. I see it as, oh yeah, this is the 4:00 hour. This is the 4:00 hour. And it matches the story. And I don't see a baby. I don't see that at all. I see the truth of the SUMMERWELLS missing children, which has nothing to do with them other than it's in their storyboard. That's it. A picture like this, which comes from the fisherman, matches the information I've been showing you because these are the elements. they wind up going on a boat like this, and they all wind up connected to that A-frame around their neck with a pole. What you're looking at is what they're doing. Now, again, for those that are new, I'm not telling you that this is what this guy on the, I mean, obviously the guy who's fishing doesn't have a goddamn pole through him, or he wouldn't be fishing the following morning. But this is exactly what happened with KIELYRODNI. And Sammy had that same thing on her head, the light, and they have this all this same element. This is what happened to Kylie in the water. That is her A, just like that. It's all coming full circle, you guys. The information that's being shown is shown full circle. These are complete, and I sent these to authorities. These are photos of them actually lowering a body into the water. Now, whoever did this video didn't do a very good job in putting their information between the layers. You see? That's a human being lowered into the water. These are all different arms. Hello? No. They're lowering into. See, I was supposed to leave today. They're checking on me. I'm not. I can't. There's no way. Lowering them into the water. Sorry, no, not so sorry. That's okay. Let me explain to you. So in these fishermen's video, they don't show someone's arm and someone being lowered into the water. They don't show that the arm here isn't the arm of, they don't show the arm of a child here in the regular video. This is obviously 3 different arms. A man's arm, an arm that's being placed in the water, and a child's arm. This is all in between what you are seeing. So the deep fake is what's placed over it. What's under it is the true story. And the true story is a sacrifice, and they wind up in the water. This is what happens to Idaho 4, KIELYRODNI, SUMMERWELLS, for sure. And their pieces. And this video shows it. This sacrifice shows right through, as well as the machinery. You see. This is on the boat. Now, this is the equipment, and this is the machine, and they're going in the water. I don't know where they're going. They're putting it in the water. These are the machines. To me, this is the equipment that kills the victims. I believe that this is the kind of equipment that cuts up the victims and does all of the hurtful things to the victims. This piece of machinery is also what holds the knife, the blade. I'm getting in the words that I want to come out are knife, blade, knife, blade, rifle, knife, blade, rifle. There's another thing. Arrow. So this is what this boat is doing. It's doing the sacrifice. It's bringing them in. It's doing the sacrifice that you see all of my elements here, and you see elements here because this is really the truth. And then then what they do is put all of the fake information around it. You see, oh, hello, Muffin Top. Um, it does take time. The information, the information around it is what's fake. That's why I follow only my elements, because the elements tell the story. This tells the story of what they're doing. These are people that are being sacrificed. And they're being lowered. Actually, they're being lowered or they're being lifted up. I believe what I see is the story, so I don't see them in a boat. I don't see them in a boat because the story is they're in a place in a boat, but it brings them somewhere where they could lift things from underneath the ground, from down under. They're lifting things up, going up, lifting it up. They're killing and lifting them up. Like a game. Like a game. They're playing a game. And they play the game with this kind of a rifle, bow and arrow. I see fire. I see fire. I see this shoots fire. Or it shoots something hot and flamey. Like I see flames. I see a light. I see a bow and arrow. Like that just keeps coming out of my mouth. Bow and arrow. Like a big arrow. And I see this as their main hurting. This is the stage of hurt, of high pain. And this here is what you see here is the victim. It's not the person riding the boat. It's just not. They get stuck on these things and they become part of the game. And those little faces that brighten up behind them are part of the game. This here, they are, let me brighten this up. This is just what I'm being told. Nothing's been proven. It's all, for entertainment purposes, right? What I'm being told is this here, that when we see these things flying around, it's for the sake of the game. These fly around. They're always the same. We see them in all of the murders, they're telling us. Just pay attention to what they look like because they're the same and they fly around. They fly around the person who's being victimized. Like here. This is what you saw in KIELYRODNI's. This is what you see in the Beast and Bunch. This is what you saw in SUMMERWELLS. Quentin Simon. All of these little teeny, bright little neon faces and weird looking things fly around the victim, and they no longer fuck with me. No offense to the person who puts this shit out there. You might as well call it a day because it's nonsense that you keep putting this shit out there thinking that no one is going to figure it out. It's not that complicated. You connect it with a bow and arrow or something. That's it. I get it. I see it. The children want to stop it. They want to stop this shit. It's not funny. It's not fun. It's not a game. You're playing with the devil is what you're doing. You're playing with the devil. And you're going to get burned. It's going to turn on you. It's going to turn on you. So if you think this shit's not going to turn on you, you are so wrong. All of this information is solid evidence to me that my messengers and the messages are true, because I have been seeing this in my third eye. Deep down underground, where no one can see, hear, smell, feel the vibration of it, it's all protected. And as of yesterday, it said Pennsylvania is a location that is the closest to being busted. How I know that is because it spoke to me. It spoke to me. It has never happened before, you guys. Not like that. It was a different voice. It was like like a flyby, like that, like a noise that, and it was a sentence. It was a sentence, but Pennsylvania was big, and it told me they were right under there, but in a way that you can't find them unless they tell you where they're at. You see, they won't find them unless someone tells them. This is their game they play. This is the fake car they sit in. So Benny's fake car, and Jody Sue's fake fucking car, and Checka TV's fake freaking car, and whoever else is riding this fake car, I found it. I may not have apples to apples up here right now to show you how this matches, but this here is Benny's car. It's in Pennsylvania. This is Benny's fake car. I would put money on it that this is Benny's fake car. I would love for Benny to come up here and explain how it's his fake car. Look, it's a fake car. All they're doing are doing sacrifices in the fake car. This is it. It's identical. What makes me very curious is, why are the authorities allowing this fake car to continuously be used when we know it's a fake car? It's never been real. They're all sitting in a car that isn't a car to get away with whatever they're doing. It's never been the car. All the same stuff. See? This guy, their arm gets elongated. They elongate the arm, and they do shit with the blood that flows through the arm. This is the left arm. Now, paste this. This here is showing you what I've been talking about. That arm gets elongated. He is attached to a pole and he is being pulled towards the water while he is still alive. Still alive. Here are the symbols that are on their coats. Now, I don't know if this is the same symbol that was found on the knife sheet, schliff, whatever it's called. But there are particular pieces of information that they do leave on these bodies. I don't know if this, in fact, was one of the ones that was found at the scene, but this to me seemed important enough to mention. I don't have to necessarily understand it to mention it, by the way. I mention it in hopes that it will mean something to the authorities, right? Like, yeah, we saw that at the scene of someone's murder. These are the fishermen's photos. I see this as the truth, and I see that the Idaho 4 kids went through this. I don't give a shit about Brian. He's not going to stop this goddamn thing. He's not going to stop it. All he is a pacifier. Did he do these things? Possibly. Did he do them alone? Absolutely not. Not even an option. No way. He is not as smart as he thinks he is, and his dad knows it. Because his dad is the one that's right behind him or in front of him helping him get this shit done. So this photo has a lot of information in it, right? You've got the people in the back, and you have the bricks in the front. So the people in the back are continuously doing and finishing up a sacrifice. This is what the boat is doing. They are holding the bodies and they are dropping them off. Just like that. They're not doing anything to protect it. They're not doing anything to preserve it or to, to praise it. No, this is what they're doing. This is all they're doing. This area here, which I have to show you right in front of that photo. Let me brighten it. Here. The area in front of it, the brick area, is also interesting for me to look at. Because the piece that's next to the brick with the 3 holes pulls me in. It just pulls me in. It's like this is alive to me. Like this is got so much information right here. Crazy. Whoops. They continue and they go into the water and they're showing the elements of Summer Moon Wells. We have these elements. We have Finding Summer Moon Wells written on these pieces that have the key and they have the little white piece that has her name. Now, this obviously is somebody else that was murdered and killed through a sacrifice because that is someone else's name. But yet, this is the story because whoever goes through this gets their own stick. Summer had this so clearly. Don wound up having it. So, these are important. It doesn't just say gator. It's not what it says. It's a whole name. And the other side, mind you, is, let me brighten it. Oh my God, you guys, my brain keeps going to try to go into a deeper space. I feel it. I'm fighting it. I hate when that happens when I'm live. That's what the other side looks like. See? I'm getting the word mine shaft. It's saying this is the mine shaft. That we're looking at the mine shaft. The mine shaft. The mine shaft from down under. I think I'm seeing I'm seeing that wherever this is, they would not be in Tennessee, this group that we're discussing, even though it's the same as Summer Moon Wells, they're not in the same spectrum as Summer Moon Wells. Spectrum, that's the word. They're not anywhere near her. But we can be. They don't want to be rude, but it's two different classifications. I'm just repeating, you guys. This is the Beeston Bunch. I pick on them. I'm not talking about them directly at all. Let them be happy and do what they're doing. I don't give a fuck. But their videos are just so filled with shit that it is exhausting to look at. Exhausting to look at their stuff. The video when KIELYRODNI first went missing. Let me see. The video that showed up after KIELYRODNI went missing was the Beeston Bunch. Follow. I have the video. And again, this video follows like the Idaho 4, right? So if you look at the photos from this video, you're going to see something different than what they want to show you. This isn't the child that she brought home from the hospital. Like, this is so obvious that they're trying to really show something more than really what's underneath this stuff. They're trying to show more, because here, look next to the baby. It's not deep faked, and it's not covered up. That's a child with a mask over its head. Okay? And that's child. It's a little too big. Kind of grows really quickly within this video. But the child has arms and hands that are coming up from under the ground, and heads and so forth. They're attached to this child, but they make no sense. So again, I'm looking at a SUMMERWELLS missing child. How do they make these lattes? You're seeing a slice of this purpose through the Beast and Bunch videos. And this is what you're getting. Oh, thank you, Lucy Lee, for that super chat. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So, when you look at this shit, understand that when you see this, let me crop it. The right side, there's no difference in what they're doing here than is what I was pointing out years ago. Yeah. It's just right up the side. Paste. You could see it. You could see it's two different bodies. And here, this is everything that you need for a sacrifice. I don't even know what this child is going through, but all I know is the information that is left right here on this video. Oh my God, you guys, I'm not going to be able to stay on long if this keeps happening to me. Shit. Okay, so again, they show parts and bits. Yeah, this is not a normal newborn. This is showing the elements of the story. They show the machine that's on the face and that gets connected to the baby. It's there. It's right there. The baby is not a baby for the whole entire video. The baby becomes an old man's head. So there, if anything, there's something going on with the goddamn videos, because they shouldn't look like this. Look. Look at that. It's crazy. So this child is not a child. It's not a newborn. And this is not the girl from Beast and Bunch. This is not her any longer. It isn't. This is not her standing over her baby. They're locked up is what I'm getting. Oh my God, I'm getting so much information. It's insane. They're locked up. They're not all dead. They're locked up. Oh my God. It's actually overwhelming me. They're all locked up is what I'm getting. They're all the same. They're just together and they're locked up. I'm seeing so weird what I just saw. I just saw a head like in a pasta bowl. Weird. I just saw uh like a head in a pasta bowl saying we're all here. And they could only do one pasta at a time. So the ones that are waiting, um, um, they're just waiting. Here, Maester. Um, Here is showing you the truth of what's going on. And this is in the video. I know what truth looks like, and this is fairly the truth. It's hard to see and understand, but it is in here. Look at this. This is not her. They all look the same. To me, this could be a KIELYRODNI. This could be one of the Idaho 4 girls. This could be what Summer looks like is a Summer who's a different looking face. Reminds me of a lady. So when you get closer and you see what's going on next to her face, they actually show you what the sacrifices look like at the end of the sacrifice. You guys, I'm keep going like closer to like the spiritual place where I go when I meditate, and it's like trying to pull me there. So the presence of these people are really strong right now, and I feel like it's a group of people. It's a lot of them, and they all want to stay together. They've been together. They're underground. You can't find them, but they're all together there, and they go one at a time. They don't all leave together, and they don't all come together, but they're a group. See here. paste. That's what's connected to her, and I do believe full-heartedly that she is representative of the girls in the blonde hair that we have been looking for. Meaning, it's not all one person that's being shown. I think that this is a combination of KIELYRODNI and the Idaho 4. Period. That this is a combo. Again, these photos come from Beast and Bunch. They have this little girl that keeps showing herself that's coming out of a tent. They say that it's right, their girl, right? But what I always see, feel, and spiritually understand is that it's summer. I get that this is more summer than anything else. I brought this up once before, but here there's a skeleton and then there's a person above this. Oh my God. Look at that. The baby consistently changes. These are sacrifices, and they're between the layers. Not difficult to get to, but they do have to be looked at, understood, and extracted in order for the authorities to stop this. The picture to the left is a pretty good one of her standing with the sacrificed baby. This was one of their children, I think. One of them was pregnant, just like Kylie. Just like Kylie. Move this bigger. That's an insane photo to the left. Wait, let me make this smaller. Here we go. This here is just two different photos placed on top of each other, and these children are not the same. They're not. And you could see what is going on within the photos because all this are the sacrifices that happened, the Idaho 4 murders. This is so obvious to me. So obvious. Oops. I wonder who was pregnant with the baby, right? Because these babies aren't babies. I don't know what's going on. If you look at the bottom left-hand corner, that is like a torso of an older person. Let me see what picture it says. 45. Here we go. Right here. This is so far and beyond the truth that this is not her baby. That is a human that is like an older man. That is not her baby. I have a problem with all this shit. Look. It's not her baby. That's an old man's head. You guys. That's a head and a torso. That's not even a body. It's not a body. And it's not a baby. It's not a baby. Guys, I had to stand up. I had to stand up because I feel myself drifting. It's so obvious. This is a great photo. This is a great photo to show it's not a baby. And look at the baby now he's holding in his arms, which is not a baby. It's not even, I don't know what he's holding. He's holding an old man's head, not a torso. Like, that's not his baby. What is that? The reason I'm showing this to you is I don't just go freaking select a channel to pick on, right? I select a channel that is the SUMMERWELLS Missing Children story. Okay? This is a SUMMERWELLS Missing Children's story. Oh my God, I wish I had a cream soda. I got to get one. And their story is this. This is what happens. This is what is happening in the sacrifices. What I find in their videos are the sacrifices that happen. That's why I pick on them. Not because, oh my God, they have a funny looking head. This is the story. This is the SUMMERWELLS Idaho 4 KIELYRODNI Quentin Simon story. It's what it is. And this is what they do. And it's underground. Railroad station. Underground. Yeah, it's a little head. Crazy. This is what they want you to think that you're looking at. But let me explain something to you. What you see here in the red, let's pretend that these are red milk jugs. There's no difference to this thing here than the white milk jug that was attached to Summer Moon. This is what's happening here. Just looks a little different, but it's the same. It's the white milk jug. And then, of course, all this crazy shit. You know, this stuff just doesn't show up in a video unless someone messes with it and it shows up. That's a sacrifice. So to me, this is one of the Idaho 4 girls or KIELYRODNI. It is right here. It's right here. This is the situation that no one wants to talk about. You can't just throw Brian in jail and not talk about this. You cannot just throw Brian in jail and pretend that this stuff that is directly telling the story doesn't exist. Oh, this exists. And I was told that something like this is in Pennsylvania, down under. Because Don Wells has had his moment. He's had his time to shine. He's done. He is so not saying shit. It's like he passed the hot potato. How obvious is this photo? Looks like a photo that was taken to be this child's portrait. Really, you guys? Do you understand, like, what this is? He's not sitting in his bed. It's like he took a portrait of a baby connected to whatever machinery this is. Like, look at that. Look at that. These are so crystal clear. Look at this one. These are so obvious. This child is connected. It's like they're taking this. Do you want to know what it's like? It's like these are the child's birth portrait photos. I'm going to show you close-ups. It's like these are the child's photos they took as the birth photos. Because they're so clear, but they have all of the shit hanging from the baby. Look at this. These are the tubes. You guys, something's wrong with this shit. All of the stuff they're holding. All this shit hanging on their baby, and nobody wants to talk about it. What the fuck is the issue? So we're just going to sit here and consistently show it and not talk about it. Look. Look at the baby's photo. Completely connected to all of the machinery. The maroon, the green, the white piece. This is the baby's birth photo. This is the baby's birth photo. Looks just like KIELYRODNI. With the same maroon, green, white shit on the stick with the heart. Yeah, it's so obvious, right? NW Love, like, of course it'll make you angry. It's right in front of us. Look at the other photo. This baby had one reason to be born. One. And this is why I think this child is one of the kids that were sacrificed as child. Because of all this shit. Like, what is this? Why is there a hand with the child? What is this? This is what's going on. Underground, this is what they're showing. I took these photos and I made them brighter. These are like underground photo, and this isn't her. And the words, "that's a miracle," and 2 more minutes, like all this stuff. It's just, enough's enough. You go back in time when they first started their YouTube channel, which was 2 years ago. 2 years ago they started this. And a one-on-one readings I am starting shortly. I do them, but I actually working with someone to make it more of into business like. Oh, that's the hotel phone. Why are we still here? I'm sure. Here you see, look at what he looks like. You guys, 2 years ago when they started this stuff, their videos look like this. Looks like this. Just like that. Ooh, I made a good decision to go tomorrow. They just delayed I had the one that I had again today. They delayed it more. Wait 1 second. We are staying. Wait 1 second. Okay. Sorry, you guys. This is what's going on in their photos. And all this is shows the setup of this shit is real. This is in nothing of what you think it is. The photos that they're showing and the videos that they're showing have nothing to do with what is going on behind the scenes. You turn this stuff around like this. This is what you're getting. That's what you're getting. And this is a SUMMERWELLS story. This is SUMMERWELLS' story that they're telling. This is the story. This is what happened to Summer Moon, and this is what happened to Kylie. This is what's happening to everybody. You just turn the damn thing over. Look at that. This is called fake news, and this shit is lying to you. Now, I am not really clear how this is being allowed, and that because the answers are right in front of them and how to solve these murders, they're not even taking a look over here. Because this is what I could show over and over and over. Just like that. What you see right here. And the one to the left really isn't her. Did you tell them? Right here. Right here. This is a different face. It's not even her. Right, you're NW Love, you're under the weather. Yeah, Lisa, I do think that the answers are on Ben Hill Road. I just think that it's going to take them a long time to get it. If they haven't dug over there yet, I don't know how and when they're going to. They just delayed it more. I don't know. I just showed this photo. Here's a close up of her face 2 years ago. They use different ones that look the same. And the thing about these photos is it will show you what's around her torso. Watch. Here's this. And then here's a close-up what's around her torso. This thing. So to me, this is what I've been talking about. So now this is the photo of what I've been saying, which is around the bottom of the torso. This is what it is. Right here. That's the torso. That torso is what's around this girl right here. Now, this makes no sense. See? It's around right there. All the way in the back is the machine. It's not a refrigerator. Look at that. See in the back of them? This is not a normal kitchen. That is not a normal kitchen. So whoever thinks they're going to come in here and put a thumbs down, change a channel. Don't be a little weenie and like a baby. It's like being so immature and so weird and so high school. Go to another channel. Here's the machinery that's behind her. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's not a kitchen. It's not a fridge. So if anyone could tell me what that is, awesome. But I could match it up to so many other pieces of equipment that it's insane. These are just photos that just make no sense. They're on her, they're behind her, the pictures of her face, yada yada. And they are just so layered, and they're layered to cover up the truth, and to put deep fake where it doesn't belong. So, like, if I were an FBI, I'd be like, game's over, bitch. But the FBI isn't even figuring out that there's a game to be had. This is the game. This is the game. And we're the ones losing. The cops, they're not losing as big as we are. Because we're here for humanity. There. This is what shows of her at the table. Their faces switch, everything switches, blah, 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 blah. On and on and on. Year and a half I've been showing it, and today's presentation, as well as the other ones recently, are really crystal clear. Here. Here, so I'm going to show you a video that followed KIELYRODNI's, right? It was the Beeston Bunch. It was just like this, with the baby, yada yada. But let me show you something. Wait, not now. How parallel. Wait. How parallel this is. Wait. Show screens. Okay, let me see if this will play. Okay. This here followed the video from when KIELYRODNI's party was. And they did this. So when my people, I was showing it to my people, watch the flashing light in the window behind them. That was consistent with the KIELYRODNI murder. This back here. The other thing was the way that she was being flipped. I had a whole video on it to show you what was in between the deepfake. It's a great video. But this video that you see just like this isn't really what it appears to be either. It's wonderful to watch. Right? The knife. Wait. Took that off. Let me see what I went through all this. Let me see something real fast. Okay. The fact being that all of this shit is the same, and I just keep going over the same damn thing. We need more information, and more information we need to be acknowledged. acknowledge that this is what's happening. Because if they don't acknowledge it, they're not going to be able to stop it and bring the world together. This is the truth of what's going on in our country. This is it. You guys, I am going to call it from here because I do feel as if I put out enough information that is understood and recognized as part of bringing this stuff to justice. God bless you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Muffin Top, my mod. Thank all of you for keeping the chat perfect and for being there for this channel and the way you support it. I will be back in the next 48 hours. Until then, talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.